What if I told you that Casio already made a 40mm dive watch, yes, with 200 meters of water resistance, and it actually costs less than the Casio Duro? Would you be interested? Now, if you spent even 5 minutes watching watch review videos, I'm sure you've heard of the Casio Duro. It is a watch that is widely loved by enthusiasts across the platform, across this community, because it's pretty much the most affordable 200 meter dive watch that you can buy by a big brand. However, there's one problem with the Casio Duro, and that's the size. The Casio Duro comes in with a monstrous 44mm case diameter, which for small wrists like mine is just a little bit too big. It just wears a little bit, you know, it just doesn't look right. So one of the most common complaints across this whole community is, Casio, why don't you release a smaller version of the Duro? And they did. They released the 36mm version not too long ago, but it only had 50 meters of water resistance and people didn't like it. However, we have this model here, this Casio, the MTD 1053D. And what this is the answer to everybody's 40mm Duro problems. This Casio right here has a 40mm case diameter. It has 200 meters of water resistance. It has a dive time unidirectional bezel with an aluminium insert. It has luminescence on the indexes and the hands. It has a 20mm lug width, the perfect size. And it has a nice compact lug to lug. Now, I'm sure some of you have already heard of this watch. I mean, I think Ben's Watch Club did a review on this not too long ago, maybe last year. And that's definitely increased the popularity of this watch. But I still think it's a watch that a lot of enthusiasts don't know about. I actually didn't know about this watch until recently, because if you missed the Ben's Watch Club review and you didn't watch it, then you probably don't know about this watch. But if you're a fan of the Casio Duro and you haven't got the wrist for it, then this is a watch that is just gonna be like, wow, a revelation to you, I'm sure. Now, as you can see on my tiny 6.5-inch wrist, in terms of the fit, I mean, it's just so much better than the Duro. I mean, it just looks in proportion with me for once, you know? The Duro wore like an absolute dinner plate, a pizza box on my wrist, but because of the 40mm case here, it just looks so much better. Now, although I am saying this is a 40mm watch, technically it is slightly bigger, but I will cover that in the full review. For all intensive purposes though, it does wear like a 40mm dive watch, and it's certainly a lot closer to 40mm than the Duro is, I can tell you that for a fact. Now, of course, the design of the dial is slightly different to the Duro. The Duro's very much that Submariner styling with the indexes. A watch that has a similar dial design to this is something like the Orient Mako series. So I think it'd be a good idea if we dubbed this the Casio Mako. That'd be a cool little nickname for it, rather than this monstrosity that Casio try and call it. Now, the most amazing part about this watch is because it isn't super popular, because a lot of people don't know about it, it's super cheap. Like, it's £46. I think I paid like £42 to have this delivered to my house. 200 meter diver, aluminium bezel insert, pretty decent action. Yes, it's a screw down crown. Yes, it's a screw down case back. You even get a bracelet with this one. Okay, it's not going to be great because it's Casio and they fold the links, but one thing I will give this watch props for is look how well that end link integrates with the case. No gaps, no wiggle room. I mean, that is well done, Casio. I mean, that's better than I've seen Seiko, Orient, Tissot integrate end links. That's amazing for this price. Now, unfortunately, we won't actually get to enjoy those end links because of this bracelet being so bad, and you know, if you've got a hairy wrist like mine, it will just pull hairs out for fun. So unfortunately, we are going to have to take this bracelet off, and we're going to have to put this on a rubber strap, a NATO strap, a leather strap, whatever, anything that isn't this horrible bracelet. But I'm sure most of you already have some cool 20mm straps, rubbers, NATOs that you can just pop this on and just, yeah, enjoy this watch to its fullest. So make sure you tune in to the full review over on Top Tier Ticker. You'll find it linked in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Bye for now.